And welcome this evening, ladies and gentlemen, to our Aligning with Success call. My name is Mike DiMuccio. I'm your host. I've been a Nikken wellness consultant for just over 24 years now. I'm a Royal Diamond with Nikken and proud to be. Those of you who are brand new on this call, this is for you. Whether you're watching it live right now or going to watch it in playback, the purpose of this call is to help you get oriented. I know when I was first new to Nikken, there were a lot of moving parts. It seemed like there were a lot of things to learn and a lot of things to remember. And just like anything, when it's new, we feel a bit awkward at first. You know, if you hold your hands this way or you hold your hands this way, depending on what you're used to, the other way seems somewhat awkward. But if you did it enough times, you'd be comfortable with it. Kind of like driving a car. When you first get started driving, it's very odd. You're keeping your eyes on everything. You're aware of all the moving parts. But then after a while, it becomes second nature to you. Well, kind of like that in Nikken. There's some new information coming your way, maybe a new way of thinking, a new way of doing things, and you might feel a little bit disoriented. So this call is here to design to help you get familiar with the core issues of Nikken, sort of bring it all together into a nice container, into a nice package for you. We call this presentation Aligning with Success. And you should have that up on your screen right now. And it's a little bit odd for me. I'm not sure why this is not sharing quite the way I would expect. Let me try that again. There we go. Okay. For whatever reason tonight, my computer's playing tricks on me. So here we go again. You should see it on your screen, and it should be in presentation mode now. Say yes. Okay. Well, folks, Aligning with Success is dealing with the curveballs every once in a while life hands you, like tonight's little technical glitches. But Aligning with Success, the power of culture, rhythm, and teamwork. Really, Nikken's such a phenomenal concept because success in Nikken is not a lone story. You know, you don't get to the top by yourself. It's a team effort. And it's about aligning to the things that make success possible. Well, we need to first start with the definition of success, I think. The best definition ever taught to me was from my mentor, who was taught to him by his mentor, who said, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. This is so profound and so important to grasp. Because from the world we come from, which is chaotic and completely out of balance, which has ultimately led you to getting involved with Nikken, realizing this is an opportunity for you to create balance in your life, it's partly due to the fact that we've been chasing something that's an illusion. You know, there is no success when it's a destination, because what happens is there's always another destination. And so what is success is really the progressive movement toward the realization of something that's worthy of your life. So what would you trade your life for? What's worthy of your life? And getting all the pieces of this puzzle in alignment is the key to success and your ability to experience it every step of the way. It's by being involved in a structure. If we look at the bottom of this graph here, being involved in a structure that teaches you, imparts to you beliefs and belief systems that are supportive of a behavior that leads to results that are consistent and in alignment with the realization of the vision you may have for yourself in your future. What does it look like if you were living the ideal life, the balanced life? And then ultimately, it's the fulfillment of our purpose, which, as you've just heard it, and you've heard it time and time again, if you've been in a Nikken presentation, our purpose is living a life in balance. That's what we mean by humans being more. Becoming greater, abundant, more abundant in each of these 5 pillars of health, but doing it in a way that creates balance in our life. And so success, by this definition, and it's important to understand, is every single day, as long as you're moving toward that bullseye being the 5 pillars of health. Every day that you're moving toward that target is a good day. That's a successful day. For instance, today, how did you do where your food was concerned? Were you nourishing your body properly today? Was this a day that you were moving toward that ideal of healthy body? Or were you veering away from it? See, by that definition, it's easy to see whether we're on track or off track. And that's an important understanding when you're building your NICAN business, because there's highs and lows. But as long as you keep moving toward the target, you're having a good day. Plug into the system. Our active wellness movement means active. And the first thing that you want to do is activate by plugging into the people and the systems that are there to support you. Your upline, first and foremost, are people who have more experience than you, and they have a vested interest in your success. They get paid if you get paid. And that's an amazing way of looking at our compensation model, that it's a business model that is really in alignment with our true purpose and alignment with, I think, God's laws of abundance. Your NICAN family are the people who are not directly involved in your line of sponsorship, but these are people who we call cross-line, cousins, friends, and acquaintances that you make within the context of NICAN. These are people who belong to a community of like-minded people. We're all in NICAN. And so get to know the people in your upline, get to know the NICAN family in and around you at various events and so forth. These are people you're going to share ideas with. These are people you're going to share information with. These are people who are going to also be able to be an A for you in what we call the ABC concept. Our ABC system is when you allow other people to share their story on your behalf. So if you introduce somebody brand new to NICAN, you want to introduce them to other people who've had benefits associated with NICAN. And so the more people you have at your disposal to share those stories, those third-party stories, the more credibility you can offer, the more experience you're going to gain just by listening to them tell those stories. So your NICAN family and your upline are critical components to your success. Plug into them. NICAN, of course, is the backbone of our opportunity. Plug into what NICAN has to offer you. Start with your own website, My NICAN. Go in your back office, take a look at what's there as far as tools are concerned. Also, your PWP, it's something you can customize. These are resources that are available to you, but if you don't play around in there and find out what's there, you won't know how to use them. And if you don't take advantage of the tools, then you might be an electrician with a full tool pouch, but half of those tools are useless to you because you don't know how to use them. Learning how to use the tools, learning what tools are available to you are critical for your ongoing success. So it's an ongoing thing, make a point of it. And of course, there's you. The biggest piece of this is you. You're kind of the filament in the light bulb. And this is a great analogy because the wattage of a light bulb is based on how much current goes through that filament and the voltage across that filament. And so we've already talked about those components, but you being the filament, you're the one that gets to burn bright. And the brighter you burn, the more impact that you can make on the lives of other people. Every home, a wellness home, is our mission. And your mission is to make an impact, to shed light in the world around you about the benefits of NICAN and what NICAN has to offer. So plug in, draw from the juice that's available to support you and being as bright as you can be. The NICAN Rhythm is a succession of events that are available to you online, but it's also an understanding of the succession. For instance, when you were first introduced to NICAN, probably a phone call, right? Somebody introduced you, and that's over here on the left-hand side. You were contacted. They said, hey, I've got this great idea I want you to take a look at. It resulted in you exploring the products, exploring the business, learning how do we get started in the business, and now you're here, the alignment, to learn that there's a support system that's not just you and what you know, but a whole slew of people and events that are designed to assist you in getting to know NICAN and being able to, most importantly, share NICAN, even though you don't really know it all. So for instance, this calendar of events that I'm going to point to next has all of these events available online that you can plug people into. It's also recorded, so these presentations are available for playback on our YouTube channel. And then you've got all of this opportunity to share people from the expertise of people who've been at this for a while. The next phase for you after this meeting will be to launch. Especially if you listen to the next call coming up after me, you're going to learn a lot about leading and launching your business. And then participating in the ongoing leadership activity. We have calls, weekly calls, daily calls, and we have special events that we're going to talk about in a minute as to how you can participate in growing yourself, growing your business, and growing your team. This calendar that I mentioned here is something you'll find at theroyalalliance.com/events, or just go to theroyalalliance.com and click on events. You'll see in our calendar, the events are promoted. Every event, every day is promoted. You can click on any of those links and it'll drive you straight to our online event that's happening, like this one right here, how you got to this one. What's important about this is to note that there's a number of time slots and a number of presentations that serve the purpose of helping you move somebody along in that process, from just learning about the products to getting involved in the business and launching in a strong way. So these are all the components that are available to help you build your Nikken business online. It's not all we do, but it is an important thing that we do to create that online community, especially in this time and era where people are looking to manage their time. They only have a few hours a day to devote to this, or a few hours a week. And so you want to leverage as much as you can with this calendar. Here we have our Spring Wellness Expo coming up this week. Now, it's not too late for you to make a decision to come. In fact, just now, just before I got on this call, I was speaking with somebody who's looking into his airline tickets. For him to make the decision to come, we'll have that confirmed tomorrow. It's not too late for you to decide, and they're coming all the way from Vancouver, Canada. That's a long ways away to get to Orlando. So why would you want to be at these events, especially this one coming up? Well, first and foremost, you're going to learn. This is a contagious business. You're going to learn from the contagion of the people around you. We are excited about what we do. You're going to learn from the people speaking, the presenters on the stage. We're going to teach you how to build your business, real nuts and bolts here, no fluff. You're going to be motivated and inspired by the stories that you hear about people who've been in your shoes and now further along in their journey in Nikken. In addition, you're going to be able to meet those people that you can exchange cards and information with, that who will become part of your team, your resource, if you will, for being an A in those ABCs. And celebrate. Now, if this is your first event, you may be coming alone, but it's still, there's plenty of time if you're really pushed on it to invite some others. But we make a point of bringing our team to these events. It's at these events that the team comes together as a team physically. And not only that, but decisions, often big decisions, are made at these big events. So plan on being at that event. Make the event calendar part of your regular routine in building your business. In fact, it's the very first thing that goes on my calendar is when are the next big events. The culture in Nikken is diverse, but we do have a very specific thing that we want in order to communicate in terms of the message of our culture, what we promote. First of all, active wellness. You've heard that word time and time again. And our mission, every home a wellness home. We want you to keep hearing that because we want you to understand what it is you're a part of. We feel very strongly about this mission that one day we could make a big impact on the world because of the wellness homes that we've helped create. So starting with your own, be a customer of your own wellness home or your own Nikken business. You know, the wellness home has a beginning, it has no end. So start your wellness home off right and keep working toward advancing it. Launch your business. You know, there's many ways of getting started, but we've narrowed it down to 3 good choices: a good, better, or best option. This will help you focus your business and your plans and plug into the system. It'll also help your mentor design the plan that's right for you. Earn Nikken reward points. That's something that we want to do as a base mark, if you will, for your business. A minimum of 500 points will earn you 25 Nikken reward points. Up to 1,500 points per month in personal volume will generate another 75 Nikken reward points. So what are we talking about? We're talking about the business that you generate, you personally, on a monthly basis, and that you will in turn teach your organization to do as well. The reward points, those are dollars. Those are Nikken dollars that you can exchange for Nikken products. And so you can get your Nikken products, your consumables, for instance, coming to you every month free. It's a great program. It's a great idea. Excuse me a second. I've got something going on here. Somebody has logged in and is now interfering with my signal. Okay, so I'm not sure how to switch this. My apologies, folks, but somebody's logged in and it's interfered with my ability. There we go. Okay. Alrighty, we have a new program. It's not called Business 21 Club. This slide has actually got to be modified. It's called the Entrepreneur Club now. Now, for doing the right thing in your business, which is grow your business by introducing other people, sponsoring other people, we can earn additional bonuses. My goal when I'm sponsoring somebody new is to maximize their earning, maximize their profitability as quickly as possible. Because if they're earning income, they're seeing results, they're going to get even more excited about the future of their business. And so I want to take advantage every time I introduce somebody new to the business of every benefit there is, including some of these extra perks. Well, sponsoring 3 people and helping somebody become executive is a goal that we have, regardless of whether you're going to earn this bonus or not. But to do it in a shorter time frame just gets you more bonus money. And so you can earn extra cash by helping somebody achieve that rank of executive with 3 seniors, 1,500 points each. And within a month's time, we call that the Entrepreneur Club. So we want to encourage that behavior as a standard that you set for yourself and for others on your team. The Paragon Award is for the high achievers. If you consider yourself a high achiever, help 3 people become a silver, which means A, you'll become a silver. So take those 3 seniors, help them duplicate that Entrepreneur Award. Do that a couple of times, you go silver. Help them do it, they go silver, and boom, you win the Paragon, which is an additional $1,000 cash and or a big screen flat TV. Join Team Kaizen. Now, our goal in Niken is to grow our business and grow our teams, but to formalize that and work with people who are on a path of excellence is the Team Kaizen. You register with your mentor. That's the next step, is to find a mentor. Tell them that you want to become a member of Team Kaizen. It's sort of the gold standard in Niken as far as our pattern of behavior. And your mentor is somebody who will be in your upline, probably, not necessarily, who is a platinum or above in rank. So you know they know something about Niken if they've achieved that rank. And so partner up with them. They'll help you achieve your goals and become a member of Team Kaizen. Follow the ABC system. Everything we've been talking about here is what they're going to be teaching you. Just follow. Collaborate with your team. Work together. This is a business unlike any other business where collaboration really is key. I know in the business world where I came from, when I was working as an employee, you had to prove yourself every day that you were worth being an employee. In this business, it's not about that. It's about collaboration. We know that you don't know as much as some of us who've been around a while, but that doesn't mean that should be at a disadvantage for you. In fact, it's at an advantage for you to let us help you. And so by collaboration, you let us help. And that's the same for your teammates as they join your team. By working together, everybody succeeds faster. Strive for balance in your business. This is an ongoing thing. You know, that moving target that we talked about, that life in balance, we want to stay focused on that and show people, be an example of that. Be an example by being an ambassador of what we're talking about, by living and breathing the cause. Then you become a credible member of it. So I've got let's see, my timeline here, since we've kind of run over. We got a few more minutes here. I'm going to stop share. There we go. All right. Hello, everyone, again. Sorry for all the little glitches that I've been having tonight. That's kind of odd for me, but then again, that happens every now and then. I would like to ask any one of you who would like to just raise your hand, click on the bottom there, manage or participant. You can raise your hand if you'd like to share a story or two, just a few words, comments about what we've been talking about, either the ABC concept, the event schedule, the online events, how's that supported you? How's that working for you? The idea of our Niken culture. Any of these thoughts that come to mind that you'd like to share a few words on? Go ahead and raise your hand. Or I might just volunteer some of you. Anyone? You're not sure how to raise your hand? Wave your hand. Okay. Alban, I'm going to unmute you. Go ahead. Thanks, Alban, for volunteering. I'm not hearing you, though.
Hearing me now.
There we go. Thank you.
Okay.
Alban, you've been around in Niken now. Now, if you don't mind me sharing your story a little bit, you were in Niken, then you weren't in Niken, now you're back in Niken, and that just means you weren't ready for what you're ready for now. But how has things changed where this schedule matters? What we've been talking about, how has that improved, and how does that help you and your business this go around?
Well, there's a couple of factors. One of them was, when I first started with Niken, what got me moving was going to a big event. That big event gave me the vision and meeting other people that were in the same wavelength as I was, or I thought I wanted to be. And so that was really huge. When I re-entered Niken this time, I had booked an event in Utah, in Logan, in February, not knowing all the series of events that were going to go on. But I'll tell you that was huge. And so for every big event that's there, it's monumental, I think, in being able to catch the vision of what this is all about. Now, the other thing that you're talking about as well is these seminars, these viewings that you see here tonight. There's people from all over the world. And I can be on it. I can send my people there to watch it without my being personally there or having to travel to, I live in Toronto, so going to Burlington or Kitchener to have somebody on it. I can just tell them, be there, and I'll call you after the call. So it's everything that Niken is doing right now, I think is just huge.
Thanks, Alban. Thanks for sharing. Dr. Gary Lindner, you're on the line here. I'm going to unmute you if you don't mind. You're one of our presenters, one of our star presenters. You've put some presentations together that are just exceptional. Now, before the online agenda and now after the online agenda, how's that made a difference for you and your business, not just from the perspective of being a presenter, but just in general?
I think it's very valuable, Mike, and thank you for the compliment. When we have events, and the recorded ones are fine, but even on the internet, I think the live ones are much more effective. And so when we can plug people into those to get the information they're looking for, what a great tool that is. And I think everybody that's taken the time and energy and effort to put these Niken Live presentations together should be applauded. We were talking about them today on our Platinum Alliance call and what a great benefit that they are for all of us. And I would agree with Alban too. And how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. The bigger events are key. 19 years ago, I probably spent close to a year doing due diligence on Niken, not just the technologies, but the business model as well. And really didn't make a decision until I attended a big event in San Diego and had the opportunity to meet the people involved. And that's what really was the icing on the cake, if you will, for me as far as getting involved. And since that time, for 18 plus years, I've been a strong advocate, a strong proponent for what we have for people to improve their health in the terms of self-care. And I think we are really on the precipice of a huge expansion. I really do. I feel it. I feel it.
I couldn't agree with you more, especially in lieu of some of the things that I know that are happening behind the scenes, some of which might be mentioned tomorrow and some of which you'll probably see in the week coming at the event in Orlando. So those of you who've just joined us, welcome. You're going to be on the next call with host Rick Murphy, who's standing by to take over. I want to thank all of you who've joined us this evening for Aligning with Success, if you're new especially. And if you haven't seen some of the Health Matters self-care presentations by Dr. Gary Lindner, you can find them on our website, theroyalalliance.com. Click on the YouTube channel, and that'll direct you straight to all of the recordings, live recordings that have been recorded here for playback. I want to remind Rick, click record tonight, buddy. We need to get some of your events on recording as well. So I'm going to just thank you again and pass the ball to Mr. Rick Murphy. Don't go away, Rick. You keep moving around here. Don't move. Okay, you're now the host, buddy.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you, man. Look forward to seeing you this week.
Cheers. Have a good session.
All right, buddy. We'll see you. Welcome, everybody. We're going to have a great night tonight. Glad to have you here. We are going to be talking about how to build very efficiently and effectively and really work quickly in your business. Let me grab something here, make sure I got it all loaded up properly, and we will get after it. In about 2 seconds, I want to see if I got a thumb drive here to plug something in, which it doesn't look like I do. All right, there we go. All right, welcome to the call, everybody. And you know something? I just looked. We put up, can't wait to see everybody in Orlando this week. We're going to have an absolute blast with everybody. I'm very, very, very fired up about it. We love big events. This is the next 6 months is actually a really, really big series. I think the next 6 months is the most key in NICAN's history. I just got off a call with our team and just trying to get them to understand the magnitude of what's happening right now. And I want you guys all to really just sit back and realize you're at an historic time, really in the home business world, but in NICAN in particular, to where everything is about to change. And what you're used to seeing the same people at events, or you're used to kind of being comfortable in a certain size NICAN, you're going to see it grow very quickly to where you'll walk into a room and there will be 10,000 people there you've never met before. So it's going to be happening very, very quickly. We've had multiple meetings over the last week, so many people upgrading, getting started, so many exciting things happening. What else is really interesting is if you take a look, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this tonight. In fact, Gary in our session this week may talk about a little bit more in what the new NICAN. I talked to a couple of people this week that work kind of in the industry of the home business world. And one of the ramifications of the big court cases last year was a lot of the companies that are playing the binary game or that have one product. And you're saying, well, they really haven't made a lot of changes yet. What's happening behind the scenes is the government isn't necessarily going to prosecute a company that's going to be around for 5 years anyway. What they're finding in the home business world is what was happening for years was investors were getting matched up with products and they were launching hundreds of new companies every year. And Gary, I bet you've noticed this already. The money's drying up for startups because nobody with any money is going to want to put money into a company that when it hits $1 billion is going to be prosecuted. What that means is the companies that are home business world doing right are literally going to be absorbing millions of people because we're at an unprecedented time in the job market right now where there just simply are no jobs out there, and the ones that are under great pressure. So I really want you guys to understand what we're doing here is big in the healthcare level. It's big because a home business is great anyway. It's huge because what's going to happen in the industry with the millions of people looking, there's going to be very few places for people to go. And to be able to go somewhere where you build it once and it lasts is a super big deal, okay? It's a really, really big deal. In fact, what we've got here is bottled lightning. So I think I'm still